Welcome into Coaster John. We've got a lot of coaster news here in the community. Is Kentucky Kingdom adding a new edition in 2021? Is SeaWorld Entertainment really going to go broke just like Six Flags did back in the day? Find out more next. We have a lot of breaking news from the coaster community, but first, this is my current setup here. Sorry for the crudeness of my setup here in this attic. And I've also got an AC unit on because it's hot as balls up here. So hopefully that doesn't bother the microphone too much. I got my logo up on here, my King Dakar t-shirt on, my new microphone that I've hardly gotten a chance to use. And we're rolling here. But before we get into it, I do just want to give a shout out to a couple of Instagram accounts, Downtime XEE for finding this news that we're talking about, and then another one to Coasters R Us for giving really detailed information about what's going on here. But basically, it's quite possible that SeaWorld Entertainment Group, who owns Busch Gardens Tampa, Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and then of course the SeaWorld's parks in Orlando, San Antonio, and San Diego, it's a good chance that they're going to pull an early 2000s Six Flags and go bankrupt. Now, all 5 of those parks are going to be getting new coasters in 2020, or at least we're supposed to. The only one that had opened so far was Texas Stingray at SeaWorld San Antonio, which opened back in February. And as we all know, at least in my opinion, the 2 that I was most excited about were Iron Gwazi, the RMC Hybrid Hyper at Busch Gardens Tampa, and the Intamin multi-launch coaster in Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Now, it seems like both of those openings are kind of in question, and honestly, most of the new roller coaster openings for SeaWorld are in question, and for their additions in the future in 2021 and 2022, whether or not they're going to be able to afford these new additions. Now, obviously, nobody could anticipate what happened with the coronavirus and all these different parks and, pretty much the entire world shutting down. SeaWorld was obviously a victim of that, in that they didn't know that this was going to happen, and clearly, they had invested a lot of capital into these new rides, and for some reason, just now have not been able to pay it off. Now, the main one that people are talking about is Iron Gwazi. According to Coasters R Us and Downtime XEE and all these different accounts that I've found information from, is that RMC is suing SeaWorld Entertainment for $3.5 million in damages, or maybe not damages, but I don't really know the legal terminology for it. But basically, SeaWorld still owes RMC $3 million to finish Iron Gwazi. Well, RMC finished Iron Gwazi, obviously, and it was even testing before the pandemic happened, yet SeaWorld is still owing all this money to RMC. And it's kind of messed up because Iron Gwazi seemed like it was the most anticipated new ride of 2020. At least for me, it looks like, it could be my number one coaster. I really do think it's going to be one of the best roller coasters in the world. And now it seems like we're not even going to be able to ride it this year until SeaWorld pays off RMC. Now, whether or not they've paid in full, other companies like B&M for Emperor at SeaWorld San Diego, whether they've paid them off. I think Coasters R Us said something that they also still owe B&M $3 million for that. So there's that. We don't know whether or not they've paid GCI in full for Texas Stingray. And then Intamin with Pantheon. Pantheon's not even done construction yet. So I would assume that they still have a lot more money to pay Intamin. So we're talking tens of millions of dollars here that SeaWorld is owing all of these companies, all of these manufacturers for these new rides. And I just think it's so ironic just because of how hype we all were that all 5 SeaWorld parks were all going to be getting new additions, major additions, not just like kiddie coasters or relocations or anything like that. They're getting brand new, state-of-the-art, ground-up roller coasters, and it seems like that's kind of all for naught because a lot of them aren't going to be able to open. Iron Gwazi primarily, but then another one that I was really looking forward to getting on this year was Pantheon. Another one that I haven't even mentioned at all is Icebreaker at SeaWorld Orlando, which is a Premier Rides multi-launch coaster, which that one is also done construction, but we don't know whether or not they still owe money to Premier as well. SeaWorld's in a really bad spot here. It's really looking like they put so much money into all these new investments too quickly, a lot like Six Flags used to do, except Six Flags did that for a longer period of time. So hopefully SeaWorld can recover from this. But the thing is, I don't really feel all too bad for SeaWorld because the irony of it is that they paid their executives in their company, they gave them $1 million bonuses. So they got like $6 million and they paid it all to their 6 top people. Why they did that? I don't know. I don't know why they needed a bonus during a pandemic, because I would think that they'd probably get their salaries anyway. I don't know why they would waste millions of dollars just giving it to their CEOs. All the while, they owe half that to RMC and probably the other half to B&M. Why SeaWorld would do that, I have no idea. I'm also not entirely sure if this is 100% true yet. We know that the Iron Gwazi lawsuit is real. RMC filed that in the state of Idaho where they're located. So that's official. Everything else is pretty much just speculation at this point, but we're pretty sure that these executives at SeaWorld got all this money. And my source here is Coasters R Us. I'm not sure where all he got his information, but that's what I'm basing this video off of. So once again, shout out to him and Downtime XEE. Give them follows on Instagram. But I just think this is all so ridiculous. And, you know, it's really like the pandemic didn't mess with our plans enough as it was. Now SeaWorld, as their parks are starting to open up, you know, Busch Gardens Tampa opened up, I think, June 11th. So earlier this week or last. A lot of the other parks are opening up too. SeaWorld Orlando also opened. It seems like it's mostly starting in like the Midwest and Southern United States. And then, you know, the major population centers like the Northeast where I'm at and the West Coast are still not quite opening up their attractions yet. But basically the irony of all this is that as all the parks are starting to open back up, there's going to be these huge attractions in the middle of the park, a la Iron Gwazi. These giant new additions in these parks just aren't going to be open. So they're the main attractions to get people through the door, or they're at least supposed to be for this 2020 season, the main thing to get people to go to the parks, because everyone loves what's new. You know, that's something that us coaster enthusiasts and GP can agree on, is that we all want what's next, what's new. And what's new are these 5 new additions at these SeaWorld and Busch Gardens parks that we likely won't be able to get to ride until SeaWorld pays off their debts. So hopefully eventually SeaWorld does the right thing. They pay off RMC. Hopefully these other manufacturers don't have to sue SeaWorld. And like I said, you know, these parks just started opening back up. So hopefully SeaWorld and Busch Gardens get enough money coming in and enough revenue so that they can pay off RMC. They can pay off all these other companies for their 2020 editions. I don't think these other companies are going to sue necessarily, but like I said, it all depends on how much money SeaWorld owes them. We know it's confirmed that SeaWorld owes RMC $3.5 million, which is a lot of money, but hopefully they don't owe any money for Icebreaker to Premier. I doubt they owe any money to GCI just because Texas Stingray is already open, but hopefully SeaWorld figures their stuff out, because I really, really want to get on Iron Gwazi sometime soon, sometime this summer. Hopefully Pantheon and Busch Gardens Williamsburg. If we could get at least just one of them, I'd be satisfied with that, but I'd love to get on both. RMC, get your money. They owe you $3 million. You well deserve that. Iron Gwazi looks like one of your best creations. But SeaWorld, you got to pay up, man. We want to ride these rides. I want to go back down to Florida really badly. And if Iron Gwazi opens, I will absolutely go down. And if Icebreaker is open, I will absolutely go down. Because I've been to SeaWorld Orlando, but I went when I was really young. The only one I went on was Journey to Atlantis. I didn't go on anything else. I was too scared of roller coasters. So I really want to go back to SeaWorld. Just, you know, obviously Mako looks fantastic. Manta, Kraken, fantastic lineup of B&Ms. And then obviously Icebreaker is going to be a really fun coaster as well. But Iron Gwazi looks to be absolutely absurd. And I need to get on it. I need to. It's probably going to be my new number one. You know, I love El Toro to death, but Iron Gwazi just looks absolutely bonkers. And I want to get on it really badly. So please, please, SeaWorld, pay the man. Please don't give your CEOs bonuses. I don't understand that at all. Please, please, from all of us here in the roller coaster community, please open Iron Gwazi, pay RMC. We need to get on this thing. It looks absolutely fantastic. But enough of the bad news. Let's get into some good stuff. So some better news in this video that I wanted to talk about is Kentucky Kingdom, who seems to be announcing their 2021 edition, or not announcing, but it's been leaked. And Kentucky Kingdom, who's known for their notorious Twitter and Instagram account, mostly Twitter, because they post a lot of funny stuff. They're almost a meme account at this point, and they really don't take themselves seriously, and they're really involved with the coaster community on their Twitter. But basically, it's looking like Kentucky Kingdom is going to be getting an RMC Raptor in 2021. I guess this is a construction permit it submitted to Louisville, where Kentucky Kingdom is. What this says is the work schedule, when they're going to be constructing it. So it says from September 2020 to May 2021. And it says at Kentucky Kingdom, and it's a proposal for a roller coaster. Another thing about this Raptor coming to Kentucky Kingdom in 2021 is that the proposed height is 108 feet tall. So that's going to be a solid ride coming to Kentucky Kingdom. Another shout out I want to give is to KY_coaster_club. So Kentucky Coaster Club. He's been giving a lot of great content. He's been traveling all over the country, so give him a follow. Kentucky Coaster Club put it pretty simply, thanking Six Flags for getting rid of Kentucky Kingdom. You know, they pretty much just left this park out to dry, and luckily, I think it was Ed Hart that was the one that purchased Kentucky Kingdom. They've had so many great additions over the years, so basically he listed it off pretty well. 2014, they got Lightning Run, which is a Chance GTX Hyper. 2014, same year, T2 becomes T3 and it gets refurbed, the new Coma trains, stuff like that. 2016, Storm Chaser, RMC Hybrid, amazing coaster, RMC of Twisted Twins. 2019, Kentucky Flyer, Gravity Group Family Coaster, amazing addition, once again. Over that time, they also retracked Thunder Run, and in 2021, they're going to be getting an RMC Raptor. So this park was already a destination for coaster enthusiasts, and now it's absolutely going to be 100% a bucket list park for me. But I'd especially wait to go to Kentucky Kingdom just for this RMC Raptor. It looks to be like a great addition. I know that Kentucky Kingdom's probably going to theme it to storms or lightning or something. Like, it just seems like all of their coasters there are themed to that type of thing. Overall, I didn't really do a whole lot to prepare for this video. I was kind of just on Instagram, just saw a lot of breaking news, decided to record this real quick. Once again, shout out to Destination Thrills, Coasters R Us, Downtime XCE, Kentucky Coaster Club. All those accounts are, you know, what really helped me out with this video and getting all this information. Briefly, you know, I very quickly put this all together. I hope you like the breaking news. I'd like to be doing this a little bit more often, this type of video, but you know, there's gonna be a lot more videos coming out soon. Just to give you a sneak peek at one of them, my next video is actually gonna be NFL coaster concepts, which I plan on doing coaster concepts for all the major pro sports teams in the United States, starting with the NFL, because of course, the inspiration for those videos is Steel Curtain at Kennywood, which is themed to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I pretty much just came up with a coaster concept for every single NFL team. I've also already done it for the NBA and MLB. I just have to put the graphics and video together and audio, obviously, but I do already have those in mind and written down. But yeah, my next video is going to be NFL coaster concepts. That's already in the works. It's going to be the NFC East. So it's going to be the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Redskins. But once again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like on the video, comment down below what you think of this whole RMC SeaWorld lawsuit, which is just bonkers to me. I know I've said that twice already in this video, but it's just insane that RMC, you know, is owed $3 million from SeaWorld, and that's the reason why we can't ride Iron Gwazi right now, which is just absolutely absurd. But leave a like on this video, comment down below what you think of all of this. Are you excited for the 2021 Kentucky Kingdom Raptor? Do you like this type of video? Do you want more of this from me? And of course, subscribe to Coaster John if you liked it. You know, we only have 20-something subscribers as of right now, but I'd like to get this, you know, as big as any other big roller coaster account. So please subscribe down below if you liked the video. And as always, ride on.